Hi, my name's Laura, and this is Lalo Yoga and Wellness. Today's practice is going to be focused on your fierce inner and outer warrior. I love the warrior poses because I feel like they really can be challenging physically, but also they challenge you in that mental zone where you've got to dig a little deeper just to go a little bit harder. Let's get started. We'll start our practice today seated, any comfortable position that you feel good about. Take a couple of moments here to just check in with your body, notice how you're feeling today, and then start to turn your attention toward your mind. See where your thoughts are. And then we start to tune into our breath, bringing the body, the mind, and the breath all together. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you, or you can keep them open, whatever feels best. Let's just start noticing the breath. Notice where you feel it as you inhale. Is it maybe in the nose or the upper chest? Maybe all the way down to the bottom of your lungs, even into the diaphragm. Just pay attention to the type of breath you're currently taking. As you take notice of it, see if you can deepen that breath, maybe going a bit longer, a more full inhale and exhale. On your next exhale, just open the lips a little bit and let yourself sigh that breath away. Little signal to your body to start jumping in with some movement. Let's take a deep breath together, reaching the hands out and up. Maybe following the fingers with the gaze, and then exhale, let the chin drop. Let's do that again. Inhale, reaching high. This time taking your left hand to your right knee, taking the other hand behind you, taking a seated twist here, looking over your shoulder. Inhale, sit taller. Exhale, maybe deepening that twist just a little bit. And we inhale and face the front. Exhale, taking the twist to the other side. A little look over the shoulder as we wake up our spine. Inhale, reaching both hands high. Exhale, let's take those hands toward the top of the mat, bringing your knees directly under your hips, hands directly under the shoulders. We want to spread the fingers nice and wide. You might have your hands on your blocks or maybe even on your knuckles to give your wrist a little bit more strength. That's up to you. We're going to lengthen out here through the spine. And as we inhale on the next breath, lift the gaze, let your belly drop, lift your tailbone toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, scoop the hips, round the spine, tuck the chin, taking your gaze toward your thighs. Inhale and lift into cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, cat pose. Do a few more, just go at your own pace. Loosen up the spine a little bit. And then we all meet together in a tabletop position. Lengthen out again through the neck, tucking all 10 toes under. Let's lift the hips high. Arms are long, spine is long. You can move these legs around just a little bit. We want to focus on the long arms and the long spine. So if that means you keep more of a bend in your knee, that's totally fine. Let's come up on all 10 toes, and then we slowly start to let the heels drift toward the mat. Take a moment and allow your shoulder blades to slide toward your hips and away from your spine. Take one more full breath in and out. Gaze goes toward the top of your mats, and just slowly begin to walk your way to the top of the mat. Big toes together, a little space between the heels, and begin to lift the hips higher to come into a forward fold. We're going for as much length at the legs as we can. Maybe the knees are bent, maybe not. We might even bring our hands to the back of the calves to pull the chest a bit closer and deepen that forward fold. Taking our fingers, tenting it on the shins, lifting the upper body until that entire upper body is parallel to the floor for a halfway lift. Take a deep breath and lengthen out, head to tailbone. Exhale back into your forward fold. Inhale, let's roll all the way up, one vertebra at a time. Take your time here. A little bit of a squeeze through the glutes. Pushing the hips forwards, take a big deep breath. High. And exhale. Give your wrist just a little bit of movement on the way down. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down to come into a strong mountain pose. Take one breath in and out here. A little bit of softness at the knees, a little squeeze through the glutes as we gently press the hips slightly forward, lifting the chest up. Just bring our hands here to heart center and find your arrow mudra, lacing your last three fingers together. Bring the pointer and thumb together. We're going to move into some sun salutations to start to warm up our body a bit more. Upward salute. Scoot down and up with a deep breath. Exhale into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, come down on the knees, find table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, table. Tuck the toes, exhale, and come into your down dog. Pause here, take a breath in and out. Step or hop to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, coming into hands at heart center. Let's take a little bit more space here between the feet, about 10 to 12 inches. We bend the knees, reach the hands high, coming into a chair pose. Take a quick look down, make sure you can see your toes right here. If you can't quite see them, maybe stand a bit taller or shift your weight back just a bit. Our chest is nice and high. We reach through those fingertips with a nice deep breath. Exhale into our forward fold. Plant the hands. Stepping back into a plank. You have a couple of options here. Maybe you're in a full plank or maybe you're on your knees in your plank. Either one works just fine. Lower down chaturanga, keeping your elbows tucked in, nice and close. Inhale, extending the elbows either halfway, all the way for baby cobra or full cobra, maybe lifting the legs off the ground for up dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips high. Downward facing dog. Take that breath in and out. Inhale, lifting your right leg high, round through the spine, step that leg forward, drop the left knee to the ground, find your arrow mudra. Inhale, lift, kneeling warrior one. Take a breath. One more inhale. Exhale, flip your left foot toward the long edge of your mat. Reach your arms out long for a kneeling warrior two. We're opening up a little bit in the hip here. We have our arms at shoulder line, reaching into the past and the future, taking everything great from the past and bringing it forward into our forward gaze. Let's windmill the hands down, frame that front foot. And you can take any flow you want here. So maybe it's the plank chaturanga, cobras or up dog, or maybe you went for table, cow, and cat. Your decision. Come into your down dog, take a full breath. Slide those shoulder blades away from the ears. Inhale, lifting the left leg high. Exhale, step through and drop the right knee to the mat. Arrow mudra, coming into that kneeling warrior one once again on the other side. Full breath in and out. Lifting our ribs up and away from the hips. Deep breath in. On the exhale, flip your right ankle toward the left. Bring those hands out, coming into your kneeling warrior two once again. We're letting that left knee drift out to the side. Reaching into the past and future for our fierce warrior. Let's windmill those arms down, frame your front foot, plant the hands, tuck the right toes under and step forward, halfway lift. Lengthen out through the neck, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way out and up. Hands come to heart center. Check the feet. We want to make sure we're maintaining that distance between the feet and sit back into our chair pose. Once again. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Take your flow, whichever version you want. Plank chaturanga. Maybe you're in table cow. And we tuck the toes coming into our down dog together. Pause here. Get the length in the neck. Inhale, lifting your right leg high. Exhale, step through and spin those arms up, pivoting on the back foot to come into warrior two. I'm reaching out nice and strong, making sure our front heel is in alignment with our back arch. Hips in the center, shoulders in the center. Play a little bit with those hips. See what's feeling good for you today. Inhale, sweep the back hand down and up. Pivot on that back foot. And we reach the hands forward to come into airplane arms. Bend the back knee, maybe taking a half step or pushing directly into our warrior three with airplane arms. Focus on lifting the back leg as high as you can. And then we set that foot down at a 2/3 step, 45-degree angle on that back foot. Lace the fingers into your arrow mudra and find your warrior one. Nice deep breath. Exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the front foot. Step back, take your flow, whichever one you've chosen. You can switch it up. You're not married to one particular flow. Tuck the toes, coming into your downward facing dog. And pause here. One breath in and out. Inhale, lifting your left leg high. Exhale, step through. Windmill those arms up, pivot the back foot, warrior two on the other side. Pay attention to your neck on this one. A little bit of space between your ears and shoulders. Inhale, sweeping your back hand down and up. Reach high, and then bring the hands back into airplane, pushing off from that back foot, maybe taking a half step. Find your warrior three. Long, long neck, long, long spine. Lifting the back leg a little higher if possible, and then we set it down about a 2/3 step, 45-degree angle, arrow mudra, warrior one. I hope you're feeling warmer. I know I am. Take a breath. And on your next exhale, let's bring those hands down, frame the foot. This time stepping back or into your table. Take your flow. Final one. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold, working breath to movement. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to heart. I hope you're feeling a little bit warmer. I know I'm feeling it. Let's bring those feet apart again and sit back into our chair. Take a breath. Feel that defiant spirit of chair. I feel like it just so naturally works with warrior. It's all about the attitude. Let's pick up our left foot. Take that 2/3 step back, 45-degree angle, and come into your warrior one. Lifting the ribs, lifting the gaze. Release the hands. Let's bring them down to the base of the spine. Lace the fingers together and find chest expansion. Begin lifting the hands a little higher. Going to move down into humble warrior, hinging from the hip, either bringing the right shoulder on top of the right knee or maybe just inside the right knee, and begin to take your gaze towards your back foot or even the back of the mat. And we let the hands drift even higher. More chest expansion. Breathe through it. And then we allow the hands to come drifting down toward our spine. Inhale, bringing up that upper body halfway. And we release the hands coming into your airplane arms, bend at the back leg, warrior 3 with the airplane arms once again. One full breath here. This time we're taking a big step back, 90-degree angle with that back foot, spin the arms up to come into warrior 2. One full breath. Take your front hand and spin the thumb so it's facing straight up. We're going to reach the back hand around, just like we are drawing a bowstring for archer. Pull that bowstring across the chest, watch the back hand with your gaze. 2 more times. Pull. Feel that rotation through the trunk. 1 more time. And returning to warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior, sliding the left hand down the back of the left leg. We bring our right bicep as close as we can to the eye. Pop your right toes off the ground and straighten out the front leg. We're going to reach with the right hand, or left hand rather, circle around the wrist to come into sky warrior. 1 big breath here, in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, returning to warrior 2. And the front knee. Bending our right arm, hinge down from the side and rest that arm on top of your thigh. Let's go ahead and reach up through the left fingertips. You can take this arm down to a block or to the inside of the leg, or leave it right here, just resting there. Focus on that opening up through the top shoulder toward the ceiling. Take your gaze down to your foot. Pick up your back foot and pivot, planting the hands. Find your runner's lunge. Really lengthen out here and allow your hip to open up on that left side. Bend the back knee, step forward, coming into a chair pose. Take a breath here. As you exhale, lift the heels, bring the arms down to airplane, balancing chair. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift the heels, lower the hands. Inhale, reach. Exhale, heels up, hands down. Inhale, reach, and pause right here. Picking up your right foot, take that 2/3 of the step back, 45-degree angle, Ardha Mudra, warrior 1. Sink into it a little bit. Find that opening across the chest. We're going to release the hands, relace them at the base of the spine, and start to lift the hands up, finding your chest expansion. One more inhale. Exhale, dropping the left shoulder toward the left knee, letting the head dangle all the way so you can look at the back of the mat. Lift the hands high. Bringing your hands down to the base of the spine, release your fingers, airplane arms. Let's lift the chest, coming into parallel to the floor. Bend the back leg, push off, warrior three. You might find you have better balance or flexibility on one side or the other. That's pretty normal. Just go with it. And we set the foot down. Big step back this time. 90-degree angle with that back foot for warrior two. The knee drift out. Play with your hips a little bit. Find your spot. Left thumb to the ceiling. Archer. Reach around. Draw that string. Follow it with your gaze. 2 more times. 1 more time. Returning to warrior two. Flip your front palm, tipping up into reverse warrior. Sliding that back hand down the back leg. Bicep close to the eye, lifting your ribs up and away from your hip. Let's straighten out the front leg, pop the toes off the ground, take the back hand around, circling your wrist. Give it just a gentle pull, opening up for that sky warrior. 1 more breath here. Exhale and release it into warrior two, just as a transition. Bending your left arm, hinge down from the side, coming into, excuse me, side angle. Reaching your right hand right up to the ceiling. Gaze might be up or even facing all the way down to your foot. Taking your gaze down to that top foot, reach your hand down, pick up the back heel, find your runner's lunge, sink into it for a moment, keeping your forward knee above your ankle. Let's step together into chair pose. Give yourself that little bit of space between the feet. Exhale, balancing chair. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Take a step back on your right foot. Drop the right knee down, release the arms. Left knee comes down. Hands go to the right, feet go to the left. Turn yourself around to find yourself on the floor. Come into a V-sit here, and we're just gonna hold this position for 10 seconds. You can lift your feet up if you wanna go into a full boat pose, that's up to you. Focus on keeping the chest lifted. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's slowly start to roll it back. Bring your arms out wide like the letter T. And bring your feet flat to the floor. Let your hips scoop just a little bit to the left and drop your knees to the right, giving yourself a gentle spinal twist. 2 breaths here. Slow and controlled. Inhale, bring the knees right back up to center. Reset the hips to neutral. And then allow yourself to scoot those hips over to the right. Drop your knees to the left. Releasing your spine again. Check into your shoulders. We want to make sure both shoulders are staying in contact with the floor. So if you're feeling maybe your right shoulder wants to pop up a little bit, lift the knees just a bit higher. You could put a block underneath there for support. Inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Reset that spine to neutral. And let's draw both knees into the chest. Hands on top of the knees or the shins. Easy rock side to side. And then maybe drawing a big circle. Hands on top of the knees one way. And then we go around the other way. We come back to the center. Let's take a deep breath, deep enough to let your belly fill up and push your thighs away. Exhale, draw those knees in closer. Big breath in. Exhale. And we take both feet down to the floor, right to the edges of your mat. Let your hands just fall wherever they feel comfortable, and the knees fall together in the middle. Take a moment in restorative pose to slow your breath. Check in with your body. You can stay here in restorative pose, or you can extend the legs out long to go into corpse pose. Your decision. This is a little bit softer on the back. And take a moment to scan from the crown to the eyes, softening, releasing, right through the jaw, into your neck, your throat, your shoulders, down each arm right to your fingertips. Slowing your breath. Softening into the hips, right down each leg all the way to the toes. If you have the time to stay longer in your Shavasana, I encourage you to do so. Otherwise, whenever you are ready, you can start to make your way up to a seated position. Let the chin drop, gently taking the head to one side and back to the other. And bringing that chin to the center again. If the eyes are closed, let them open. And we take a final deep breath out and up together. Exhale, bringing the hands to heart center. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts, from my heart to yours. Namaste. If you enjoyed this practice today, please make sure you like, comment, and share, and of course subscribe, so I can continue to bring you classes like this.